Be sure to head to flipsidegaming.com and use promo code 6 for 10% off on orders over $10. It's a good deal and helps support the show. What is up, Planeswalkers? Theoric 6 back with some more Magic the Gathering Arena. I don't know why I'm colored like this, but I am. We're gonna be warm colored today. I messed with my camera settings because I was recording something different. Regardless, today, as it is Wednesday, we're going to be playing Nicol Bolas Control. However, we have added some nice things from Theros Beyond Death. So, the main cards that we've added: Agonizing Remorse, Elspeth, Nightmare, and Storm's Wrath. And Ashiok, I'm sorry. And the side cards we added, we didn't add any cards on the sideboard. This essentially is just a slight modification of the deck that I'd been playing before Theros hit, except we've added some, in my opinion, pretty interesting cards. So I'm going to do a full deck tech, even though many people have seen my Bolas decks. So, pulling 3 Disfigures, there is so many really strong early game plays that I want to make sure I can put that stuff to a stop as quickly as possible. This thing hits Geese, it hits early mana rampers that aren't Geese, it hits aggro cards, which is very important, and yeah, all over, it's pretty helpful. We're playing 4 Fae of Wishes because we're still going with the Fires of Invention route. I am going to be making a Nicol Bolas best of 3 deck that doesn't have Fires of Invention. It's a little bit more of an old school style control deck that just casts things on curve and plays things. That'll be for next Wednesday. But for right now, I'm sticking with the Fae of Wishes thing because it's a nice slow transition of power. Anyway, for what it's worth, Fae can act as an okay blocker. 2 mana 1/4 is fine, but for the most part, we use her to get some of our wish cards from the sideboard. 2 Agonizing Remorse, helpful card given to us from Theros. Obviously, this is analogous to Thought Erasure. However, I'm still running a 2/4 split because Agonizing Remorse loses us life, and that is no bueno in a lot of matchups where I still want to be getting rid of stuff. It is nice that I can exile cards from graveyards, or the card that I'm discarding gets exiled anyway, but the life matters a lot. What also matters, and it's why I'm running 4 Thought Erasures, is that I get to Surveil with Thought Erasure. And for this deck in particular, that is a lot more important to me. I want to make sure, since I'm a control deck, that I'm getting the cards that I need when I need them, not several turns down the line. 3 Murderous Riders. It kills things and gains me life. Technically, I could be playing Bedevil, but the fact that this creature can be a creature is very important in this build of the deck. Things might change once I go to the more traditional Bolas style, but being able to kill something, creature or planeswalker, and lose to is totally fine, especially considering we can play this other half as a nice 2/3 that can attack and block. 3 Elspeth Nightmare. This is probably my favorite new addition to this deck. Obviously, not all of the abilities are going to matter, but the fact that we have access to all of these abilities is very helpful. Against a more aggressive deck, we have a decent removal card that we can also use to get rid of, a burn spell or Embercleave or something like that we would have to deal with a little bit down the line. And then, of course, there's a nice ubiquity about just exiling everyone's graveyard. A lot of decks right now are playing some form of value from the graveyard, and this just says, nah, how about you don't? Obviously, against control, the destroy creature power 2 or less is less valuable. Some control decks are playing the Malice, the white saga that makes a 0/4. The Elspeths, there are things that you can get rid of. It's very often you should be okay just playing this out into kind of an empty board, because getting the second and third abilities on this card in control is usually okay for being a little slow. 2 Cry the Carnarium, 2 Ritual of Soot, and 2 Storm's Wrath, our board wipes. 2 Cry the Carnarium, still very important. Being able to exile things works fantastically against the Oven decks, the Witch's Oven and Cat decks. And otherwise, it's just all around a really helpful card to have that early. I'm playing 2/2 split of Ritual of Soot and Storm's Wrath because Storm's Wrath is new. I want to see how it performs. As of right now, it's performed okay. Storm's Wrath doesn't really hit the big gods, but it does hit Green Lad, Questing Beast. Whereas the Ritual of Soot does hit the big gods. The Titans, not the gods. It hits the Titans, but it doesn't hit the Green Boy. Different strokes, different cards. 3 Fires of Invention in the main. We have 1 additional one on the sideboard. The reason we're doing this is sometimes we have Fae of Wishes before we have Fires of Invention. And if we do, we can go get a Fires of Invention. It also means that if our opponent for some reason is playing a main decked Unmoored Ego, we're not going to lose out on all of our Fire of Inventions. We'll still have access to that card from the sideboard. Additionally, we want to draw 1, preferably every match. We don't want to draw 2 every match. Then, of course, the new card we have is Ashiok Nightmare Muse. This card is pretty damn good. +1, you get a 2/3 that can exile stuff on attack or block. Obviously pretty nice, just getting rid of your opponent's card for free. -3, you bounce something and force them to exile. Fantastic. And then -7, you may cast up to 3 face-up cards your opponents own from exile without paying their mana cost. Note to self. For some reason, I thought this was like until the end of your turn. It's not. It's an immediate thing. If your opponent has Teferi, 3 mana Teferi out, do not use that ability. I learned that the hard way. Still won, but I learned it the hard way, nonetheless. And of course, we're playing Nicky Bolas. This is our mana base. We got 2 Castle Vantresses. As you can see, we're pretty heavily black with just a little bit of... We have a little bit of double red here. One of the reasons I'm not super sold on playing with Storm's Wrath going forward is that it does make our red cost a little bit high. But, you know, it's fine. We are, you know, able to use the temples now, which is fantastic. I believe we have 10 shocks and 9 temples. 2, 6. No, we have 6 temples. Whatever, it's fine. This is our mana base. It should be okay. And very briefly, I'll talk about the sideboard cards. We have a Grafdigger's Cage. We can bring that in if we have to during the game 1, but it's just very helpful against decks that you know are playing really heavy to the graveyard. Of course, we have another Grafdigger's Cave, cough, mono black. Screw those guys. Ashiok Dreamrender. Any deck that really is hardcore using the graveyard. Anything that searches the library. Literally against control. You might notice I have a lot of cards that were kind of just against aggro decks. We take out pretty much all of those and just make our deck a Planeswalker deck in the main. Or in post game 1. Unmoored Ego. Sometimes our opponent is playing a certain thing and we don't want them to do that. Jace, if we're getting milled, we can pull a Jace out of nowhere and be like, haha, we win. Fires of Invention, talk about that. Tamiyo gets cards back from our graveyard as long as they're not exiled. Also can search for certain things and make it so we can't get discarded or force us to sacrifice things. All pretty helpful effects. Sarkhan is a 5 mana dude who makes dragons. Time Wipe, it blows things up. End of the God Eternals. If we need life, go no further. Liliana Dreadhorde General is a decent card at removing 2 large threats or just making us have some nice zombies on board. Casualties of War, we blow stuff up. That's pretty much it. Ugin, he blows things up and he makes dudes. Planewide Celebration. Almost always we're using this to combo with Nicky Bolas if we know that the if we know our opponent's shields are down and we have 7 lands out with a Fires of Invention, we'll usually search for this, get this, proliferate 4 times. Bolas will likely be on 4, up to 8, and then bada bing, bada boom, we win because we might -8. We can also use it to gain a lot of life. Mass Manipulation, not as good in this version of the deck because we do have less blue overall. It's still sometimes the right thing to bring in. All right, after all of that, we're going to hop into traditional standard. There's no way to play Brawl right now. It's so crazy. Just calling it Brawler's Guild Hall does not make it better. Wizards, stop. Fucking ugh. So stupid. I did play a practice game up against Esper Dreadhorde. I won both game 1 and game 2. Game 1, I was able to exile their sideboard, which they were going to like use stuff to get to Dreadhorde things back. I was able to exile their graveyard, not their sideboard, and then I just had an Ashiok and a Bolas that couldn't be answered. Game 2, I did pretty much the exact same thing, actually. This hand is fine. Obviously, it's a little damaging if we're going up against an aggro deck, but we do have a nice Cry and Elspeth's Nightmare, so it's a fine keep. Potentially mono black, totally fine, because we can exile things. It's mono black. Who would have thought? I'm going to go ahead and play this and Remorse. See what my opponent's rocking. Yeah, just straight up mono black. I'm actually going to drop one of their Grey Merchants, because next turn I assume they're going to cast Iara. Sure, I'll get drained by 1, but then I Elspeth Nightmare it, And then on the second one, I can take the Bolas Citadel. Yeah, so I take one of the Garys. Gets exiled, I lose one, yep. Then hopefully they play IR, hopefully they didn't draw something better. Cool, cool. Take a Drain. Take 2 Dabblage. I guess I'd rather have a little bit more blue for right now. I'm going to tell her to go away. And next turn, if we want, we can Fae of Wishes for Fires of Invention or something. Oven, don't care. Cool, I got this figure. Always nice. And we'll get rid of that Citadel. Do I want to Fae of Wishes for Fires? I guess I do. Because that would mean I can double up on Cry the Carnarium or something. Yeah. Yeah. I'm down to 14, but hopefully that's not going to be too much of an issue. Fires of Invention. I could get agonized, but I'm not worried about it. Yep, yep. Cool, I got another land. Is that toughness 4? Oh, it is toughness 4, okay. So, pretty sure I just fires and kill the Grey Merchant. I mean, technically I could Disfigure Cry. They don't have haste. Yeah, so I'm not worried about my Dragon God dying. Yeah, so I'm just going to target Grey Merchant. Obviously, they can sack it. I'm fine with that. Oh no! They sacked Grey Merchant. I am fine. Why would you do this? Nightmare Shepherd. I'm fine with that. We're going to draw. I assume they're going to sack some food. Oh, another Bolas. Not bad. Put his taps. Cast a Cry the Carnarium. And just target with Disfigure. If they use Witch's Oven, it's still going to get exiled. Bye-bye. We use Cry first because, 1, it ensures the exile occurs. Not Murderous Rider! That's fine, I don't care. I have another Bolas. We're obviously going to Bolas first. Got to see what we're going to draw. Going to move my camera over slightly. There we go. Not the best. But I can play Fae of Wishes. Yeah, I can play Fae of Wishes and drop it like it's hot. I'm going to keep all the cards in my hand just in case my opponent ends up with a discard spell or something. I want to make sure I can actually use it. I'm surprised they've started to use Castle Lockthwain. I guess they've been able to do something every turn. Gary for 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, that's fine. Because I can just win the game next turn. I assume they attack Bolas. I just block it. I really don't care. I still don't care. I'll just block. No, stop it. I'll block. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, so I'm going to discard these 2. So I'll have 7 lands next turn. Boop. Discard these. Now that these are... Yeah, okay. They do not have a legendary permanent. Play Mountain. Granted. Go get my good old-fashioned Planewide Celebration. Cast this. Proliferate. And -8. Au revoir. And that's game 1. Why am I so orange? I don't know. We're going against mono black. We're going to want more Cry the Carnariums. We're going to want... Creature cards and graveyards and libraries can... Yeah, we're going to want Grafdigger's Cage. Unmoored Ego is totally fine. Ashiok's totally fine. I'm probably going to want End of the God Eternals in the main deck. Okay, let's see. Disfigure is relatively weak, to be honest. These cards are fine. Storm's Wrath. Storm's Wrath is better than Ritual of Soot in this deck. Because they have things like Grey Merchant and the Demon. I'm at 60 out of 60. Let me just double check that I don't want anything else. What's great is that they're playing mono black, so if I get out Grafdigger's Cage, there's almost nothing they can do about it. Technically, Sarkhan's like okay, but I think I'm just fine. I think I'm fine with just Ashiok here. Yeah. Yeah, okay. I think this is a fine setup. Fucking creepy Sarkhan nipple. It's not bad. We got turn 2, turn 3. Potentially turn 4 and 5. Thought Erasure can help us to get to 4 lands. Yeah, I think this is totally fine. Start off with the Steam Vents. That way we make sure we have our blue mana. My opponent is just an actual monster. They've done nothing. But I don't think I'm going to need... Oh, wow. Well, I got an email. These both get hit by Cry the Carnarium. They do have haste. They do get hit by Cry. So I think I'm going to get rid of Gary. I'll keep that on top. Next turn, I will play Blood Crypt tap and Grafdigger's Cage. Blood Crypt tap. Grafdigger's Cage. Alright. Now, there should be no way in black in standard to get rid of my artifact. I mean, that's fine, but I don't plan on letting them keep this in play. Oh, yikes. Well, still. Pretty sure the correct answer is just to cry that. I would have technically preferred to wait, but can't really afford to. And they play another Deathless Knight, put me to 12. That was a great card to top deck. And I'm just going to eat the Deathless Knight, and I'm going to mill them. And the reason I'm going to mill them is there are pretty much no cards in my graveyard, or in my deck that I want to be in the graveyard. And they currently can't do anything with the graveyard anyway. So I don't mind if I put some cats or something in there. I got rid of a Duress, but mostly just land, so. Thems are the breaks. See if my opponent plays their Gary for 2. Scary Gary. No, they played a Fenlurker. I don't think I need Fires of Invention. I'm gonna drop the Fae of Wishes, I think. Yeah. Now, my opponent might be playing the Demon here. The 4/4. They decided to play nothing. Well, that just doesn't seem correct. I assume that my opponent has a Murderous Rider. But I think that's fine. I think I'm just gonna play Bolas and plus it.
Spark will be mine.
Yep, they have a Murderous Rider. No, they have an E2 Extinction. Alright.
Will be painful.
Alright, cool. I got another Fae of Wishes, I suppose. One, 2, 3, 4. So that's 4, which is unfortunate. I'm gonna go ahead and not attack.
Never ending.
If I top deck a land, then I can Elspeth's Nightmare plus Fae of Wishes. Ow. Oh, it goes to hand. Well, that makes this awkward. I didn't, but I can go ahead and do this. And then Ashiok you.
Beg you. My victory was but a dream.
Erebos Timuret. Sure. No attacks. I want to make sure I have a blocker for Deathless Knight. My opponent doesn't have enough mana for Bolas' Citadel. They duress me. Can't take my Fae. Yep. I block that all day. Alright. I mean, I'm pretty sure my opponent is supposed to attack there. Alright, I guess. 4, 5. I don't hate getting Liliana here. Yeah, I don't hate getting Liliana here. Damn it, I wish I could cancel that. Because if they play another Fenlurker, then I would prefer to keep it, but it's fine. Now I have a 1/4 that can block this. I guess that's why they didn't attack with this, because I would have been able to Ashiok exile it. For what it's worth, Bolas' Citadel doesn't work because of Grafdigger's Cage. Can Liliana... My Elspeth's Nightmare's not going to do anything. Unless they attack. Yeah, I'm blocking. I guess he could play Gary here. Nope, no Gary. I'm gonna exile your Deathless Knight now. Gonna play Liliana.
The undead make great minions.
I do need to worry about for future Grey Merchants. Alright, well, kill my Liliana. Incredibly rude.
Behold.
It's fine with me. My opponent can activate this twice to make it 3 power. I guess there's not really a reason for me to attack in the air. Because I double block, even if they make it 3, it'll still die, so. So how many Grey Merchants do they still have? 1. Okay, I've only gone through 1. So I can still totally lose this game. But luckily, we won game 1. Okay, they're casting Unmoored Rider. And they're going to cast an Oven. I don't really care about your Oven. Yeah, so I think end of turn, I'm probably going to end up discarding Fae so I can get an Ugin for, well, I can do it now so I can get an Ugin for, like, next turn and be able to actually cast it. And it does put me in an awkward situation, but I think that's fine. Okay, second Grey Merchant's gone. That's very helpful. I'm going to attack for 1 in the air because I am going to use Fae of Wishes. And that 1 damage might matter. Yeah. Like, well, if I didn't tap poorly, or excuse me, if auto tap didn't tap poorly, I technically could have gotten a Disfigure, but I don't think it actually matters. 4, 7. I mean, I have 7. I don't have 4 blue pips, so it doesn't even matter. I'm not drawing cards, so Fires of Invention is just not great. I'm pretty sure Ugin is the answer. Yeah, pretty sure Ugin's the answer. I'm full of hate. Oh, that sucks. Maybe I should be running Leyline of the Void instead. There are so many issues with Leyline of the Void. I mean, I could possibly run both. Not sure. Does it matter who I block? I guess I'd rather block the Familiar. Bye, Ugin. Bolas is helpful. Yeah, Bolas is helpful. I'm gonna kill this and then play Fae of Wishes.
I will spare you in exchange for eternal servitude.
Yep, that's fine. Have your dumb tokens. I don't care. Okay, so I have blockers for Bolas, unless my opponent gets a hasty card. 2, 4, 6. I would go down to 4 if my opponent has a Gary. Looks like they just drew more removal for Bolas, maybe? Arena decided to turn the music off. They decided to kill Bolas this way. Interesting. Because I at least get to eat this. I'm in top deck mode. Not the best. I still have all my Ashioks. We Thought Erasure just to see what's on top. No, thank you. And we don't attack, because I don't want to die. Yep, my opponent can start using Castle Lochthwain. My opponent is a heathen for these land choices. I'll no block for right now. That ain't it, Chief. It's gonna exile my Bolas from my graveyard, I assume. Or Liliana. Oh, Liliana, that's fair. Sure. I will block this time. That sucks. Sure. I still have Storm's Wrath in the deck. Do I have anything garbage on the bottom? No. I may have drawn all of my... No. Okay. I think Ashiok probably has to die. If they have Grey Merchant, I'm, like, screwed? Unfortunately, I think Ashiok has to die. Like, if I +1, I can block this, potentially. The issue is that my opponent has shown that they're playing a lot more removal than I'm used to seeing. And if they decide to sacrifice Nightmare Shepherd... Okay. If they get rid of Nightmare Shepherd, that's spooky. So that card in hand has to be Grey Merchant, right? If it's Grey Merchant, I lose. Oh, that now they're just showing off. Okay, I'm still alive. Now I'm dead. Oh yeah, that sucked. That was an unfortunate turn of events for sure. Did I just flood poorly? I don't know. I don't know what happened in that game really. Oh my goodness, shut up, emails. I meant to mute my my computer, but I didn't. Now, yeah, I think the deck's fine here. I'm so warm looking. It's like I'm in sepia tone. I'll play first. I'll keep this hand. I'm going to turn 1 Black Source. Oh yeah, baby. Mulligan again. Do it, coward. They didn't do it. We turn 1 Black Source so we can Thought Erasure. Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and get rid of Fenlurker. Keep Agonizing Remorse. Next time I'll Remorse this. Very strange that I didn't play the Witch's Oven, though. Play this tapped. Play Remorse. Tell Nightmare Shepherd to fuck off. Alright, I'm gonna go Fae of Wishes for Fires of Invention. I'm going to grab a Black Source. Yes, yes. Pretty sure it's correct to get a Fires here. Next turn I can Fires and kill their Nightmare Shepherd. Yep, that's fine. Obviously they can sacrifice it, which like loses me the Murderous Rider, but I think that's okay. I just need that to die. I need it to not be in play when they play a Grey Merchant. Okay, they have 2 cards in hand. I have Fae of Wishes active with a Fires of Invention. Cry the Carnarium can go fuck itself. Cool. I think I'm actually going to play Elspeth's Nightmare and Fae of Wishes. I mean, maybe I can go grab Tamiyo. Now I'm gonna get Fae. I'm gonna go grab Tamiyo. God damn it. I cast the wrong one. It's fine. It's fine. I totally meant to do that. That was purposeful the entire time. Timoret? Sure. Sure. I don't care too much about Timoret. Five mana. What do I want to get here? Could get an awkward time wipe to reset a Fae of Wishes for the following turn. Could also just get Sarkhan. I'm gonna grab Time Wipe. And the reason I'm doing this is that it forces my opponent to have... Like, if my opponent top decks a Swamp, then they can't drain me for 4. Yeah. Also means that I can use Fae of Wishes again next turn. Like, if I draw a land, then I can land Fae of Wishes and get some stuff done. They can exile things with Timoret, I don't care. Yep. Reasonable cards to take. That's fine. Because on my following turn, I'm going to exile your yard. I assume they're just going to play Gary. Gary! Nope. Timoret, alright. This all you? Fine with me. Exile your own card so you get to gain 2 life. I guess. I got a land. Awesome. So now I play said land. Now I can grab a 6-drop. So there are many things that I can grab here. Obviously, both the Planeswalkers are reasonable. Grabbing Casualties of War is reasonable, because I can blow this up in a land, but I honestly don't think it's the best. I think Liliana is probably the best. Yeah, I want to say Liliana is probably the best choice here. Yeah, I'm going to grab Liliana.
I am the master here.
So I can lose 4, but I'd still be at 15, so that's fine. Cat might be annoying, but no. Okay, so I lose 4. Go down to 15, that's fine. They have a 2/4, I'll block it all day. It draws me cards, and then next turn I can Storm's Wrath to blow the board up. Seems good. Even if they don't attack, I don't care. I'm gonna blow the world up. I just want to set the world on. I mean, I guess I can attack first. Yeah, sure, I'll attack first. Because they might not block, because they might just be like, nah, I'm not going to give them a card. But yeah, they block, that's fine. That's fine, I get more information. Okay, a land, that's fine. We can blow the world up. I know that hits my Planeswalker. I wasn't planning on ultimating her anyway.
How uncivilized.
Did she legit oof me? Oof. Alright, and we'll cast a Fae of Wishes. And next turn, we might use this at end step, I guess. Ayara, sure. And we'll just get rid of these. So I can go get some more value. Ooh, Bolas. No, so she would only go to 8. I think I would rather just Bolas. Could destroy that, but I'm not too worried about the situation.
You have no weakness I cannot exploit.
Putrid, but effective.
Let me draw a card, you coward. And I'll just use Fae of Wishes to go grab a good old-fashioned... I have 6-man. I have another Fae of Wishes, so I'm not going to grab Celebration just yet. They can't kill me with the Gary. There's no one card that can kill me here. I guess a Bolas Citadel would be decent. Assume I'm going to get Gary. Yep. Gary. Too bad your Gary does nothing, because I win the game. Well, I needed to draw land, but I was relatively certain I would draw land, because I was going to minus my, That's fine. I was going to minus her. I'm actually going to, I technically can't just win because of, Ayara, but I'm going to activate Liliana first. Why? Why would you sacrifice Ayara? Each opponent chooses a permanent... What? Each... Permanent of each type. Why? You didn't have to lose. I mean, they were fucked, right? Like, they were gonna top deck a Grey Merchant, have 1 land. Like... Have a beautiful time. Oh, shit. We in Platinum now, boys. All praise Nicol Bolas. I'll take it. Awesome. Let's buy a pack. Okay. Why isn't a single pack featured? Trying to play Magic the Gathering here. Not Gems of the Gathering. Hey, the Breath of Malice, that's the card. Dream Trawler, apparently, like, this is a deck. Is like, just like a blue-white control with Dream Trawler. I will be playing that soon, because I really like this card. I like Sphinxes in Magic. I don't know why, but fucking, most of them are really awesome, so I'll be playing with that at some point. Anyway, that's Bolas. We'll see more Bolas, because I'm playing it every Wednesday, because I like Bolas. I hope you all have enjoyed this. I would like to thank my patrons, especially good old-fashioned Zin. If you would like to join them and support via Patreon, you can find links to that down in the description, as well as links to a bunch of cool stuff, my Discord server, my Instagram, where I post pictures of flowers, because I like flowers. If you don't follow me. My Twitter account, all that cool information is down in the description. I do hope you've enjoyed this video. If you did, go ahead and tap that like button, add subscription to your mana pool, cast a comment in the comment section down below, pass the turn in the vid to some of your friends, and of course, until I see you next time, all will be one.